Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday morning, and I'm back out into the shop. Not sure for how long today, so I'm going to go ahead and very quickly pick up where I left off yesterday. This is a blank that I'm preparing to turn from Paws Lathe Works, and I'll put that in the description of this video along with a link to their Etsy store if you'd like to try to turn one of these blanks. It's pretty cool. What it is, it's all pull tabs, and they basically encase those pull tabs in resin, and you can see by looking at this side of the blank that there's a large number of pull tabs in there, so you're going to get a really wild design when you turn it. I'm excited to turn this one, a little nervous. I've decided instead of the skew, I'm going to use this magic skew, which is a carbide tool that I got from Jason Rose over at Speakeasy Pin Works. And I think we're Speakeasy Pin Emporium, sorry. And I think we're just going to turn it and see what happens. So let me get my dust collection on, my face mask, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Well, guys, I am pretty far into the turning. This has been a difficult blank to turn. To get to this point probably has taken me 2 times longer than the micarta blank took me. It is extremely difficult to turn because I'm taking super light cuts to avoid tearing the aluminum out. I mean, take a look at that where that's rolled over right there. You can kind of see how the aluminum is rolled. And they do that to give the pull tab strength so that you can open your beverage, because it takes a lot of leverage to pop that top. Those things catch, and I have pulled pieces out of this and fought it to this point, and I am taking the lightest cuts I think I've ever taken on a blank. And I actually had a catch, and there it is right there. One little catch. I caught something in this corner, and it just peeled it right off. I'm not going to try to glue this back together. It went straight into my dust collector, so I'll never find it. What I am going to do is, I have the other half of the blank here. I'm going to go ahead and prep this, get it ready to go in the next batch of blanks I prep, and we'll come back to this point, pick up where we left off, and see if we can't finish this blank. But what happens is when you're first turning, these big pieces, they'll just rip out, and you'll have this nice big indentation in your blank. Once you get down to this layer where you don't have large pieces, it's pretty good, but you'll actually rip these out, and you can stop the lathe and see a piece of aluminum basically sticking out of the side of the blank. I had to resist doing this. You know how you like to do this sometimes to touch your blanks? Not a good blank to do that on, because those little dudes are really sharp. Oh well, let me get cleaned up and move on to the next blank. Ready to give this watch parts blank a try. I'm hoping this is going to be a much easier turn. I'll be able to use my skew on this one. I don't have all of those little metal bits sticking out, so this one hopefully will turn a little easier, but I'm still going to take my time because this is an impressive blank, and I really want to make a gorgeous pen. It's been a little bit since I gave you guys an update, and I'm currently just working on this Brian Wright's watch part blank. It's looking really nice. I got 1 coat of medium on it. This is the cap piece. I decided to turn the pieces independently of one another. So once the cap is complete, and I won't press it together. I'll press them together at the same time, but I just wanted to do them individually and just take my time and do as nice of a job as I can. So I'm gonna get a couple more coats of CA on here, and we'll see what she looks like. Got the lower half of the watch part blank. Just took its first coat of CA, letting it dry, and it's looking pretty good. The original blank, or the cap blank, turned out amazing. It's over on the bench waiting to be assembled into a kit as soon as this one's done. Check this out. Brian Wrights gave me this gorgeous watch parts blank. This is a Junior Monarch pin kit from Classic Nib that I put the blank on. It's absolutely stunning. Take the cap off here. I've got the rollerball nib on this thing. This particular kit came with a rollerball nib as well as a number 5 fountain pen nib. So basically I can thread this off, thread the fountain pen nib on there, and turn it into a fountain pen. It did not have a converter, but I have several converters. Converters are really inexpensive, and this easily becomes a fountain pen. But just take a look at that pen. Isn't that gorgeous? I have been busy. Check this out. I've got these 4 kits and blanks ready to go. This one and this one will be glued up shortly. These 2 are tube in, so they're ready to go. And then you might remember this one I was working on earlier today that I blew up. I'm going to go ahead and prep the other half of the blank, and I'll epoxy this tube into the blank at the same time I do the other 2. I have the tubes epoxied into all of my blanks. I'm just going to let them sit here overnight and dry, and that pretty much wraps it up for me. I've had a fun day in the shop today. Got a few things done. Not as much as I would like to have gotten done, but you know, you never really do, especially when you're spotty like I am. You know, I'm so hit or miss on getting out in the shop. You know, it's tough to kind of keep that momentum going, but I'm trying to keep a couple of kits, you know, rolling at all times. So anytime I come out, I can pick up a blank, I can turn it and hopefully put together a video for you guys. I still have a couple of these sculpted arbor pin kits back here. And I've got two blanks that are, they're CA'd, they're finished, they're polished, they're ready to go. What needs to happen now is I need to cut tenons on them, and I just wasn't comfortable doing that today because I didn't want to mess those tenons up. So those blanks are going to set for another evening. I want to be really focused. I need to kind of research a little bit on the diameter and all that type of stuff, to how long the tenon should be. But they're close to being done, and I will have them done for you very soon. Thanks for joining me today. Take care, everybody. Have a great day, and I hope to see you again very, very soon.